Hi, my name is Vino, and today I will compare and contrast between three different protest movements that we have discussed during the semester. The first one is the anti-war movement. The goal of this movement is to unite Americans and demand the immediate withdrawal of all American soldiers out of Vietnam. In order to achieve this, many youth movements across the nation organize protests, work out, and sit in to get the attention of other groups. They come together and grow large enough in order to attract the attention of higher up in government. They began as smaller free speech movements on college campuses around the country. The students that conducted these protests were united under the idea that everyone in the nation should make decisions regarding to the economic, political, and social issues that divide the nation. These students also criticized American society for its narrow-minded view on the importance of the career advancement, material goods, military power, and for American view on racism. The protesters of the Vietnam War opposed the aggressive U.S. intervention in Southeast Asia and the media portrayal of the devastation occurring in Vietnam. During this period of time, many songs that come out against the war, for example, give peace. As the result for the anti-war movement, the Communist Party have all but won the war against the United States and Vietnam. The Communists have control over 80% of Vietnam, reducing the Americans and South Vietnamese armies to only defensive tactics. We were fighting the war that we couldn't win. Back home in the States, most Americans were entirely fed up with the war. Young men have been forced into the military service. Americans also have to pay blood tax of 10% to counteract inflation, rising unemployment, poor working conditions, and increasing costs of social service. The next movement is feminism movement. The goal of this movement is to focus on workplace inequality, such as denial of access to a better job and salary inequality via anti-discrimination law. They also popularized the idea that a personal is political. It means that women's political inequality have equally important personal ramifications in their relationship, sexuality, birth control and abortion, clothing and body image, role in marriage, housework, and child care. In the summer of 1966, the National Organization for Women went on to the lobby Congress for the pro-equality law and assist women seeking for legal aid as they battle workplace discrimination in the courts. This movement is not really rigidly structured or led by a single figure or group, but they divided up and it gave the media an opening to its own feminist leader, leading the resentment within the movement. They believe that women should be equal in all status. As the result for this movement, the success After feminist movement were driven by favor of conclusion of economic and society changes. After World War II, American economy outpaced the availability of workforce, making it necessary for women to fill a new job opening. Two-thirds of all the jobs went to women. The nation simply have to accept the idea that women in the workforce. By knowing that they could now complete years of training or study and launch their career without being interrupted by pregnancy, a wave of young women became applying to medical, law, and business school in the early 1967. According to The Black Woman and the Struggle for Liberation by Maxine Williams, is a woman who must decide whether they wish to have children or not. The next movement is LGBTQ. Since gay and lesbian people struggled to fit in their society, they were not allowed at all and were against their law. The only way people could perform homosexual act was in private. Therefore, the goal for this movement is to discriminate of homosexual act, equal treatment and equal right under the law. Gay and lesbian people were often threatened and arrested during the gay liberation movement, but there were several gay student organizations were created. Within 10 years, almost 800 homosexual organizations were created. As the result for LGBTQ movement, they have the right to publish gay and lesbian magazine, first employment discrimination case warn, they constrain on police harassment, they have media visibility, they can show a public display of affection to one another, they can come out of their closet to fight for what right. Even though these movements have very little effect, but help the homosexual come out together and get what they want. What these people did back then was just a start for gay women and men fighting for their right, even though they did not achieve as much, but they set the stage for bigger and better things for the future. Out of all three protest movements, I think the most successful movement would be feminism, because women have always expected to marry in her early 20s, start a family quickly, and devote her life to homemaking. But this movement completely changed the idea of the woman. They can go to school, have a good education, find a good job, equality pay, and do what they wanted with their life. And this movement have a huge impact on their society about the image of women. That's why I think this one is the most. Thank you so much for listening, and here are some of my references.